Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Well, I guess crypto markets are dead. You see, Bitcoin got down to the 17,000s today. At the time I'm recording this, it's rebounded a bit from there, but you're future people, which means that by the time you're listening to this, it's probably down to 10,000, right? It's pure carnage out there, and I am having a blasty blast. In fact, I purchased more crypto today. So that would be the fourth day this year that I purchased crypto, and it's all been done within the last 6 weeks or so. And as the carnage continues, and from a personal perspective, I'm hoping it does, I will continue to deploy capital that I have in my personal checking account. So today, all I bought was some more HBAR. As most of you know at this point, if you've been following me for some time, XRP is my favorite cryptocurrency on the damn planet. It is my largest holding by quite a bit, so I'm just diversifying further, not purchasing XRP. But yeah, I did buy some HBAR today, and I'm pretty thrilled about that. And so I'm just kind of like, I'm treating it kind of similar to like when I was on my schedule for years where I'd buy weekly. I was just dollar cost averaging in weekly, literally for years on end. I don't have it to a specific schedule because I'm basically just topping off my bags here, to be honest with you. But the lower the prices go, the more capital I will deploy into crypto. You can believe that. And I'm under no illusion that we've hit the bottom. I mean, maybe we have and we just don't know it yet. Fine. But, just because Bitcoin's down over 70% from its all-time high, and most altcoins, or many altcoins anyway, are down 60, 70, 80, 90%, whatever it is, it doesn't mean that we can't see further massive drops from here, and I'm not worried about that, because I think at this point, most speculators are out of the game, folks. And so even if we go down another, pick a crazy high number, another 50% from here, just as an asset class, I'm not predicting that's going to happen, but say we do, well, fine, it isn't going to go to zero. You understand that like the world is in chaos right now. In fact, I'm not going to read this article, but worth sharing the headline here. This is a Reuters article from Yahoo's website titled, this from the other day, it's titled, Stocks in Biggest Weekly Loss Since 2020 on Interest Rate Worries. So, an important point to understand is that the drops in the stock market and the drops in crypto have nothing to do with the fundamentals of the underlying assets. Like that's a crucial thing to understand. And so for me, seeing everything go down, I'm like, yeah, cool. So anyway, I'm going to share with you some more thoughts along the way, and I've got some perspective from others, but man, it's funny to think. I put out a video literally yesterday. I was saying, hey, just a warning, and I never pretend to know where price is going to go, but I am seeing, I just said it literally yesterday, that a lot of warnings that from analysts I follow that are saying, you may see Bitcoin drop down to $16,000, $17,000, $18,000, and some of them do think that's pretty much going to be it. But it did happen. Like it's crazy to see Bitcoin below its 2017 all-time high of close to $20,000. Just amazing to see this stuff. And look, mind you, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Worth noting, actually, Bitcoin dominance has just been tanking lately, and despite this scare drop from Bitcoin, because it did get to, here, I'll show you the 24-hour low, 17,698. That's a 24-hour low, which just, here, I'll go to a 24-hour chart. I mean, it just happened within the last, couple hours or so, whatever it is. And now it's back up to $19,316. But what's interesting is XRP, like, barely flinched. Here, I got a 24-hour chart of XRP too. Here, let me switch over. There we go. So this will be, there you go. There's the 24-hour chart of XRP. So yes, it dipped when Bitcoin did. I'm not pretending it didn't. And the 24-hour low for XRP is $29. But it's just fascinating to see, like, Bitcoin has been losing dominance against the altcoins. So XRP and other coins faring better than Bitcoin, generally speaking, over this time period. So to me, and I don't care as much where the bottom is, I just want to, since I'm being enticed with these lower prices, I just want to keep getting more exposure. And so I do think about how much crypto I hold and how, like, the quantity of XRP I hold. I think about the quantity of Bitcoin I hold. I think about the quantity of HBAR I hold. But I don't so much think about it in terms of what it's worth in United States dollars, especially at times like this. What the hell's the point, right? When it goes up, sometimes like, oh, what's it worth now? And fine, I'll think about it then. But I actually get excited when the price goes down, because I'm thinking about how I can buy so much more for the same amount of money as the prices continue to go down. I can't wait to see the Crypto Fear and Greed Index updates in another hour and 24 minutes. But the update from yesterday, which is the latest one, it's still at 6 out of 100, and 5 out of 100 is the lowest it's ever been in history. I'm wondering, given how low Bitcoin has tanked today, if we will see it match that, or who knows, even worse. I don't know, but I am super curious. Look at this, though. This is the Bitcoin obituary webpage. I love this website. It charts the price of Bitcoin dating back to the beginning of time, and it shows these circles are articles that were written with the title of them and what the price of Bitcoin was, and it's just doomsday articles. And you can see, as time's passed, they keep writing these damn articles. Bitcoin, despite massive retracements to the downside after hitting all-time highs, it just keeps on chugging along. It's just, I find it rather comical, but this is the time that it's actually going to zero, right? Because something's fundamentally different. Well, I don't think so. Crypto isn't going away because people value its attributes. You know, without the invention of blockchain technology, no one would be able to own a digital asset with such attributes. You know, and since humans genuinely value these attributes, crypto will exist forever, period. There are people that will never sell, and there are people that will buy at times like this, frankly. And so it doesn't mean that certain cryptocurrencies can't cease to exist and can't go to zero. Yeah, many will, most will, I think. But that's not the point. The asset class itself will not cease to exist. You know, because there is actual value to this. And so a little bit before recording this video, I tweeted this out with this GIF here. You guys, you gotta love the wild and wacky arm-flailing inflatable tube man, right? And so I tweeted out the following. I wrote, crypto prices are at such low sale prices that I think it's time to put a wild and wacky arm-flailing inflatable tube man on the homepage of Livecoin Watch. Now that I would love to see. Try saying that 5 times fast. Wild and wacky arm-flailing inflatable tube man. Oh, man. And so, by the way, so here's the way that I'm purchasing or approaching the purchasing of crypto. So when I started purchasing, I guess my first purchase, I think it was about 6 weeks ago, and I bought HBAR and Algo. I remember the price of HBAR, pulling from memory, I think this is right, I bought it for like 9.2 cents, and then it dropped further, so I was like, ooh, okay, even cheaper. So I bought it at 7.8 cents, I think. And then I want to say I purchased it again a few days ago. I want to say the price was like 6.8 cents. And then today I was able to purchase it as low as 6.1 cents. And so just, this doesn't scare me. I don't believe for a moment that this is going to cease to exist. Yeah, I mean, the project continues to get built out despite the speculative nature of crypto. You understand this? Like Google is still a part of this. LG is still a part of HBAR. Boeing. You know, it's not like price goes out like, oh yeah, we're just gonna stop working on this. No, it's emotional people. Same with XRP too, though. Like, you know, any developer building on top of the XRP ledger, do you think they're just gonna stop building the amazing projects they're working on, including Ripple? Like, no, of course not. Price is irrelevant to as far as them, you know, endeavoring whatever business approach that they have. Although I did find this funny. If you can look at your screen, it's worth taking a peek at this one. I don't know where this is, and I'm not 100% sure if this is real, but I can't tell, given the low resolution, whether or not this is actually just Photoshop, but I hope it's real. It's a gigantic advertisement, huge billboard from McDonald's, and it says, hey, crypto bros, we are hiring. You gotta love that. That's right, everybody's poor now. Time to go back and deep fry some potatoes. It's a good time, man. And then there was this from attorney John Deaton. He said, here's what I know. Right now, some people are calling for sub $10,000. If we hit $15,000 and bounce up, and 1 week from now we're at $30,000, some of those same people would call for a $100,000 by the end of the year. So, of course, talking about Bitcoin there. And yes, you would expect that because humans are ridiculous. And then Frecky, XRP community member who's been in crypto since 2011, literally, and he actually works in finance, he wrote the following. LOL always. That's part of the narrative game played. Plus, they don't know where the bottom nor the top is. What we do know, way closer to bottom than top, smiley face. Yeah, and so that's what I'm thinking, too. I'm not worried about timing the bottom. It's impossible. So, like, why would I even, shoot for that? That'd be completely illogical. No, I'm not shooting to buy directly at the bottom. So that's why I keep saying, like, even if what I just purchased becomes worth half of what it's worth today, I genuinely don't care. Because I believe it's going to be worth a fortune in the future. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's just highly volatile. And then there was this from chart analyst Credible Crypto. He said, Bitcoin dominance continues to tank, but our recovery hasn't started yet. So this is a symptom of altcoins holding up a lot better than Bitcoin on this continued bleed, which isn't typical. Might see some relief in the orange region before continuing down to my final target in green. And so this is a market cap Bitcoin dominance. This is what he's talking about for those of you that are looking at your screen right here. And so that's what I was citing just a minute ago. It's not exactly typical, but that's what's happening right now. Altcoins actually are holding up better than Bitcoin. Although, I mean, I suppose it's worth considering as well, prior to this exact moment in time, Bitcoin had been increasing in dominance. So maybe things are just kind of balancing out here. But altcoins, man, altcoins really took a much more substantial beating across the board than Bitcoin did, that's for sure. And then there was this. So there's this tweet from Credible Crypto from 18 hours ago. I can make this full screen real quick for those of you that are looking. And so 18 hours ago, he wrote the following. We got our first couple D1 closes below green support region, which has changed to red now, meaning the $22,000 to $25,000 region is now local resistance. As per my last video update, the $16,000 to $20,000 region is likely to get tested. Would prefer a squeeze first, which would be the red path that he drew here, but let's see what we get. And so he's one of the many analysts that I follow that before he saw this drop down to the 17,000 range, he said that he did think it was going to go that low. There's a bunch of others that I follow that said the same thing. There was El Capo, there was Lub Crypto, just a couple off the top of my head that were saying, no, for real, this isn't done though. So the fact that it happened, and I was literally just talking about that topic just yesterday, is just fascinating how it just kind of played out. And then there was this from TXMC, who used to work at Glassnode, which does all sorts of awesome on-chain analysis and stuff. Real sharp guy, for sure. And TXMC wrote the following. Lots of oversold cope on the feed. An asset can be oversold as long as it takes for fundamentals or conditions to improve. It is not a signal by itself. That's the tweet. And so he's right. And I have noted as well that Bitcoin and crypto in a general sense, it is oversold, right? It is oversold. But that doesn't mean, I've been saying this too, it doesn't mean we're at the bottom. You know, the moment something becomes oversold, it doesn't mean it can't go lower, of course. But a lot of people are as he's citing here, just coping with the situation by noting it's oversold. Indication, seemingly, a lot of people believe that means it can't go lower. If some people believe that, then they are sorely mistaken. But it doesn't matter. Gosh, it just doesn't matter if crypto goes lower. I don't know how to drive that point home further. Like, if somebody doesn't get it now, what can I do? How can we reach these kids? I just don't know. Here's another tweet from TXMC. This one actually was from May 14th. He wrote, Bitcoin can't go below the previous top, in quotation marks. And then he said, is one of those myths people have convinced themselves of. There is no actual reason for it to be true. So again, that was from May 14th. And there's all sorts of people that said, oh, no, Bitcoin can't go below. But why? What's the reason for that? And now we saw that it did. It did go lower, thousands lower. And then he wrote this morning, it is a benefit to the long-term health of an asset when foolish beliefs are shattered. Price will go wherever it must to find balance. Exactly, folks. It's just supply and demand. There's a lot of scared people out there. I get it. It's not like I want people to feel scared. I'm sympathetic in that regard, but we're all adults, so we all get to make our own decision. Eventually, there's going to be a balance found, as he cites here, and then at some unknown point in the future, crypto will trend up, just like the stock market will trend up. It's just a matter of time so far as I'm concerned. And then there was this from chart analyst Plan B. He shared this with his 1.8 million followers all up on the Twitters. He wrote, and it's worth looking at the chart if you care to. But so this is what's on your screen. It's a Bitcoin 200-week moving average chart. And then there are these various shades indicating how close Bitcoin is relative to its all-time high. So you can see the chart here on the left, there's blue, and on the right, there's red. So if one of these dots is blue, that means you're pretty far from the all-time high. And if it's red, closer, right? That's all that means, everyone with the colored dots mean. But it's other than that, it's just, it's charting the price of Bitcoin, right? And so here's what he wrote, though. And there it is, dark blue, 70% below all-time high. Most indicators, stock to flow, RSI, 200-week moving average, realized, etc., are at extreme levels. Does that mean that all indicators are invalidated? Debunked? No. Investing is a game of probabilities, and indicators give situational awareness. Bitcoin is oversold. Exactly. So it kind of echoes the position I'd say to some degree, certainly of TXMC, noting that just because, and he was fine, TXMC, he was talking specifically about Bitcoin being oversold, but pick your metric. Yeah, it can look at historically like low levels, and fine. Doesn't necessarily mean the bottom's in, and that's why I keep emphasizing that too. Like, I genuinely don't care if what I just bought becomes worth less. In fact, it's a virtual certainty that I didn't buy the low. It's over 99.999% chance that I did not just buy the low. But I don't know where the bottom is, so I'm just getting exposure over time because that's what makes logical sense when investing. Period. That's my firm stance on this. So I don't think it friggin' matters. So, no, it is not time to be fearful. So the market's dead, though, right? Obviously, I'm joking about that, but it is pure carnage out there today. There's a lot of really salty people on social media today, and I get it. I mean, I'm sure as hell not one of them. I'm excited. Like, if I'm not kidding, if it goes lower, I will unleash greater quantities of capital in single sittings. But no, this is great. I'm just happy as a clam, folks. So I hope that you're doing fine. And although I can't tell you, and I would never want to tell you to buy or sell or hold anything, that's all up to you. You got to make your own adult decision. And like I said, no financial background. I hope that I can help. Maybe if you were feeling some of the fear, which is perfectly normal, I'm hoping that I'm able to kind of help you feel a little bit of relief, because really it doesn't make sense for the typical investor to feel those things. Now, there are some people that are way overexposed, or maybe they're using leverage. Who knows? Or they were counting on taking out money, but now it's worth less, and now they're in a sticky situation. It's like, I understand things like that happen, but if you don't need it, the crypto right now, if you don't need that converted into dollars anyway, what the hell does it matter? Like, you just wait for the market to be not bloody, right? That's it. So you're fine. If that's the case, you're fine. Okay, whether it's stocks or crypto, it doesn't matter. I'm more concerned when it comes to the stock market and crypto. I'm more concerned about people, like, especially if there's retired people and it's the stock market. Probably wouldn't happen so much with crypto, but if they need to pull that money out because they're living on their investments, then in the short term, this is a bit more of a scary period for them. But even so, markets rebound. This doesn't last. This stuff just doesn't last forever. But I'll go ahead and wrap up here. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.